What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS 3 Raw TV. Tonight, you guys are breaking my fucking heart, honestly. You guys are fucking tearing the heart out of me. I don't know what the fuck movie that was from. You're tearing the heart out of me. Anyways, bottom line, let's talk about something. Let's talk about catabolism and anabolism. Now, why are we going to discuss these things? These are two big things that I think are grossly misunderstood in general by many online coaches, in-person coaches, people that don't have much experience or really don't have the passion for this, that they're just doing it to kind of get fame and money. They haven't really delved much into how these things really work, but they're just kind of throwing things out there that they've heard or they've just kind of pieced together in their heads, which are not necessarily true. Now, anabolism or anabolic activity, or however you want to call it, is the creation or the increase of muscle tissue, right? Your body is in the building process. It is in the muscle building, muscle making, muscle growing, whatever the fuck, however the fuck you, because everybody likes to have different ways they say shit, and sometimes they say something, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking, and then they say it another way, I'm like, okay, fine. That's anabolism or anabolic, right? Or catabolic or catabolism is the breakdown of muscle tissue or the loss of muscle or like the breakdown of living, breathing tissue, like however the fuck you want to say it. Basically, it's muscle loss, right? And I've literally watched these fucking people who aren't just coaches, like they are coaches, right? But they're, you know, competitors, they're fucking people themselves that should absolutely fucking know better, talking about branched chain amino acids really help you to not lose muscle. They help with catabolism. While a true statement, okay, I'm not gonna, you know, because that's, I've been preaching all along, BCAAs are not anabolic, they're anti-catabolic, which is different. You realize that your 24 hours a fucking day in your life dictates whether you are a catabolic or anabolic, not the fucking single supplement you take. And I've actually had people say, well, I kept all my muscle mass because I took branched chain amino acids during my workout. I'm like, what? I'm like, who the fuck told you that? Oh, wow, science. And I'm like, oh my God. So now people are taking the science and they're interpreting, rather than just reading it, saying this is what it means, they're interpreting things. Like they're rationalizing things in their head and they're piecing things together that they don't really know and making a whole new fucking reality and then spitting out to other people, and then the other people do the same fucking thing, and when someone finally corrects them to the right way, they're like, well, so-and-so said this, and it's like, well, yes, it's true, but no, because of this. And you have to go through what I'm going through now, which is a constant battle to try to educate people on how it really works. So here's the thing. During your workout is probably the most severe form of catabolism that there is, right? You're breaking down muscle tissue. You're literally trying to get the body to adapt. So you put the stress on it. Your body is breaking down muscle tissue at this point. Now, how much it breaks down is, I mean, who the fuck really knows? I mean, they're not doing tests on how much muscle gets lost during a fucking workout. Now, the idea is not the anabolic window, okay? But to reverse catabolism as fast as possible post-workout. But here's the thing. During the workout, you actually need that stimulus. You need the body to start breaking down that muscle tissue. Now, you don't want to break it down to the point where it can't repair itself, but you need that. So actually doing the little, fucking hoopty dance during your workout, it actually could be setting you back. Honestly, it's a lot better to have some actual carbohydrates during your workout, which would actually give you energy and keep you pushing through the workout and not really fuck with that metabolic response that's happening that's going to increase your muscle mass afterwards. So for me, I would take the branched chain amino acids and just leave them out. Or people use them fucking during cardio. I'm just like, fuck, here's the deal. If you think that that one time of day, you taking a little branched chain amino acids is what got you the fucking results, you are so fucking sadly mistaken that it's unreal. During the day, your body goes through swings or shifts. Anabolism, catabolism. Now here's the thing. Intermittent fasting, although people get lean on it, you go through an extremely catabolic swing for much of the day. Every 2.5 to 3 hours, the human body has a protein turnover in the amino acid pool, which means that if you're not taking in amino acids, which this is where that eat every 3 hours came from, it's not necessarily to speed up metabolism, but to keep your body in the anabolic state. Feeding your body throughout the day is pretty much what you want to do, and nobody's going to argue that. But after that amino, and this is another thing, people don't even know what the fuck the amino acid pool is. I had made a video on this before, and people lost their fucking minds because they had no clue what it was. They started looking it up, like, holy shit, this is a real thing? I'm like, yeah, what the fuck, you didn't know this? They're like, no. I'm like, fuck, well, maybe I should be putting out more stuff, and here we are today doing this. So, during your workout, sorry, we're past the during the workout, so swinging back and forth. So if you go all day long and you have an eating window of 2 hours, okay, your body for that 2 hours is going to start moving towards an anabolic phase when you're eating and continue for a certain period of time afterwards. Now, here's the problem. Usually that afterwards chunk of time is actually shorter than the time that you starved yourself when you weren't eating. The catabolic time frame is longer and larger than the anabolic time frame, which is why Kinobody, who is the most like, fucking the biggest fucking fan, or promoter of intermittent fasting, actually lost muscle when he did that video. It's like, if here's a guy who really doesn't have to work because he's fucking rich, basically all he has to do is fucking eat, train, and he can fucking have the world at his fingertips. If he's losing muscle on his fucking intermittent fasting, what the fuck do you think's happening to you with active lifestyles, working 2 jobs, kids, and you're trying to do intermittent fasting? You're going to lose muscle. That's all there is to it. The best you can hope is to maintain muscle in that much of a catabolic swing. Now, in the reverse, okay, of it, people that are eating every 2 to 3 hours, the amino acid pool, as it's turning over, those are new amino acids being added to the amino acid pool, and as your body needs them, it'll pull them from what you're ingesting. Also, what it's stored in the amino acid pool, it'll pull from there. Now, as you're in an anabolic state, constantly, you will dip into catabolism before your body pulls some of those aminos. Once it starts pulling those aminos, you will now start to, unless you didn't have the right amount of aminos, that's a whole nother ballgame, it'll go back to the anabolic state. You have more of an anabolic swing or more of an anabolic state throughout the day than you did catabolic. That is going to lead to muscle gains, especially faster muscle gains, because you're not going to be gaining shit if you're too catabolic. Now, if you're, let's say, dead even, because there's people like, I myself do a modified fast, okay, which I start eating at 12 p.m. and I eat till maybe 11 p.m., right? Sometimes a little bit later. And what I'll do is I'll fast after I go to bed all the way up till, when I get up in the morning, I don't eat. I'll fast till that point. But the amount of time that I'm feeding or eating window, whatever the fuck you want to call it, far surpasses the fasting window. Okay, so what's happening is your body is in an anabolic state much more. And I'm listening to people go, well, for that 25 minutes that I did cardio, I took fucking branched chain amino acids, so therefore I kept on my muscle because of that. I'm like, you fucking dope. Okay? No, it's because you're fucking eating 6-7 times a fucking day. You're eating high protein. Okay, this is why you're fucking not losing any muscle. If you lose muscle, you have fucked up your diet. It's not your training. You have fucked up your diet. Those people that are dieting for shows who wind up losing muscle, I myself was 12 weeks out from a show. I remember I started about 16 weeks out. 12 weeks out, my friend Rich Siegelman says, hey, how you feeling? I said, man, 12 weeks out, I'm fucking dying already. And he was like, why? He's like, what the fuck? It's like way too early to be like that. I'm like, no, I was starting to lose muscle 12 weeks out, which is a problem, right? So we looked at my diet and stuff. We realized that I wasn't taking enough protein. I was eating, like 4 meals a day. I broke it up into 6, spaced them out a little bit further. That covered more of that time between the amino acid pool where it depletes itself and replenishes itself. And sure enough, everything went back up. The muscle came back on in a few weeks, and I was able to maintain that right till about the last week before the show, which, if you guys have ever dieted for a show, like the last week your body goes fucking nuts. Like your metabolism takes off. You're manipulating fucking minerals. It's a giant pain in the ass. So it's hard to maintain strength and muscle mass. Like you're depleting water, which the muscle is mostly water to begin with. So technically you're losing lean mass. Like it's a giant pain in the ass. But you should maintain your strength up to that point or you're losing muscle mass. And that was a big lesson for me to learn that even 4 meals a day with not enough protein, absolutely I was losing muscle. I think, of course, protein was only 25 grams, but I spaced the meals out further, and lo and behold, I got better results. And I was on all the same drugs, okay? I didn't start taking something that all of a sudden, I didn't start adding supplements. Like, I was doing my shit. I knew what the fuck I was doing, but it was the diet that I wasn't giving enough respect to. It was the diet that I wasn't really looking at as being that powerful. And I was just looking at everything else. Like people nowadays look at supplements, they look at fucking drugs, they look at fucking everything else. It's like, listen, you can take all the drugs in the world, and I have friends that are complete fucking examples of this. They fucking lose muscle like crazy on a cycle because they eat like a fucking bird. I mean, that's how it is. These fucking people talk about how you gain muscle, not, working out and whatever. Like, tell you what, you can not work out, or you can work out like a maniac, not eat right, take steroids, and guess what? You're going to lose muscle. You know what I mean? But if you're fucking taking steroids and you're eating right and you're training hard, your body's going to fucking gain. So you have to understand the difference between catabolism, anabolism, how the body works throughout the day in a 24-hour period. And I have fucking talked about the 24-hour metabolism so many times that it gets fucking annoying sometimes. I keep talking about it, but I want to drill it home so that you guys know and you understand that there's so many people out there. They're not just misinformed. They're not informed. It's not that they got misinformation, but they're informed to a certain point where they start to fill in the blanks themselves and start making shit up because they just in their head like, this must be how it is, so this is what it is. Between them thinking this must not be how it is and the time they tell someone what's going on, it becomes fact somehow. In their head, it becomes fact. This is what's going on. Then that person takes it, tells it to someone else. That's fact. That person tells someone else. It changes a little bit. That becomes fact. You're like, what the fuck happened? Because this one person in their head couldn't figure out how this fucking worked and made something up. So hopefully this will let you guys understand that whether you gain muscle or lose muscle is not based on a supplement. It's not based on your workout per se. It's based on 24 hours. You can run yourself into the fucking ground in a workout with no fucking branched chain amino acids, no carbohydrates extra taken in. If your fucking diet is on point after that for the rest of the 24 hours till you train again, guess what? You're going to be in a more anabolic state, which your body's going to recover, heal, then progress a fuck ton faster than that other person who's taking a little branched chains during their fucking workout, fucking their diet up for the rest of the day, and then wondering why they're not getting gains. So, biohackertraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biohackertraining.com is a blog. I'm Biohackertraining, and I approve this message, and we are out.